In June 1992, the world met in Rio to discuss the fate of planet Earth. In this largest summit and very first Earth summit ever held, representatives from 166 countries, 130 heads of state, and 15,000 non-governmental organizations came together with the hopes of deciding specific agreements that would balance environmental preservation with economic needs. Everyone wonders what happened at Rio. Why did we hear so little about it? With 9,000 journalists, the largest gathering of international press the world has ever seen in one place, it is a wonder why more information was not disseminated. One reason was obvious. The majority of press stayed inside the fortress-like walls of UNCED, the UN Conference on Environment and Development, and roamed around looking for tidbits of news. When a story seemed to be brewing, the hungry crowd of journalists grew frantic, like a pack of piranhas in a feeding frenzy, looking for sound bites and media clips. Yet the real news was taking place 30 miles away in an alternative conference called the Global Forum. Here were gathered the NGOs, or non-governmental organizations, who spoke with a strong voice about the real problems facing the planet. It was in this direction we chose to focus our cameras and glean the wisdom and truths of those who were, for the most part, locked out of the main conference. We now present the powerful insights we heard coming from the indigenous people, the women, and the youth. It is their perspectives on the root causes of our global malaise and their logical solutions for planetary healing that the world now needs to hear.
The most important thing that is going on in Rio is the fact that we are exerting our rights, and that to be heard is an exercise on global democracy, but as well is a prise de conscience that individuals can make a difference, that it is not only up to governments to be the decision-making factor that will change the course of history, but it is individuals who can make those governments make those changes.
It's the nations that cause the most damage that are doing the meetings on it, to the exclusion of the nations that still have tradition ceremonies and Mother Earth spirituality to guide them.
The ability of the world to solve these problems depends in large measure upon drawing more people into the process and hearing what they have to say from their perspectives, which have too often been neglected in the past.
There's a lot of the problems that we're facing today that if we actually sensitized ourselves to, we'd be able to solve them.